And welcome back to No Man's Sky, everybody. ElanPaul here with your 2025 Worlds. No, this is not Worlds. This is Voyagers playthrough story mode. Yeah, even after this much time, I still forget. But that's okay. That's okay. So, this episode, you're seeing the title, and you know what the title is. I haven't written the title yet at this point, so I don't know what to expect with this, okay? So, I know that we're trying to get the trace of metal the mission to pop up, the secondary mission to pop up, but we haven't had it yet. But I do know what it takes to make it appear. So we got some things to do. I do know that there's a building being created around here someplace. Hold on a second. It's a building being built. Ah, this is it. So we got to do this first. First I've got to find the terminal. Ah, here you are. Thank you. Alright, so it's going to open now. Looks like we've finished constructing it. So we're going to open the building. There we go. So it makes more money now. The whole colony, the whole settlement makes more money now. Very nice. And we're back. Now, just so you know, you can go into these terminals, and what you can do is you can supply materials to upgrade it to another class. But when you do that, that's all you can do in the whole settlement, which will increase the productivity, as you can see. It drops the happiness down, so I don't know if we want to do that just yet. But we can do that with any building in here, and that's the great part of this. So I can go over to this building over here, find its terminal, large housing block. We'll increase the residents. It drops their happiness down again, and it only increases the productivity a little bit. So really, what we're hoping for is that the whole place can be increased. So I want to build all the buildings. And same thing here. I can increase this one. Same thing. Happiness will drop. Productivity only slightly goes up. So I'm kind of holding off in doing that until I've got all the buildings I need. Oh, that was that place. Never mind. I thought it was my place, for crying out loud. Okay. Must be on the other side. Aha. Oh, here we go. Oh, silly. The same thing. What happens if we increase this one? Does the happiness go up a little bit? It does go up, and productivity goes up slightly. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Alright. So let me go in here, see if there's anything new. Looks like we have something over the terminal. Oh, we got a settlement visitor. Okay, that can happen once in a while. Let's see what we got. Surfling Yahola announces himself with a flourish. A sales agent of some sort. They offer to sell the plans for public laughing gas. Really? So if we purchase it, it adds the feature public laughing gas. And you notice it's green, not red. That means it's giving us a positive effect on the settlement. Settlement debt will increase, of course, by 56,000. However, the benefits of having that will help the entire settlement. So you've already got a terrible, terrible debt going on anyway. Adding a little bit more to it is not going to cause any problems. So nothing that we can't handle. So I'm going to go ahead and take it. Okay, and he's gone. Now if I go in here and I check my manage all settlements, no, wait, pool status, that's it. You see, settlements up to almost 3 million credits, and it's going up. However, happiness is going up a little bit. The productivity has increased. So we're doing pretty good here, and you notice that public laughing gas was now added as a 6th element to the settlement. So now as we get more items, we can start getting rid of the negative things that will cause problems. Okay, so there you are. Now you notice there was something else in there though. Number 1, receive dissonant transmission. Let's go ahead and check it out. Hello, something, disruptor, an invitation. We have our own blank, not many blank. We would welcome your contribution. You were blank. Okay, what this is this is a visit T-Worker Heben's settlement. So we can go to their settlement. We can now get a dissonant settlement, if you will, a autophage settlement, if we want. I'm going to go ahead and not accept it at this time. We're going to ignore the transmission. We will do this later. I've already got something that will find one for me, so I'm going to ignore it for now. I know that's a bad thing. I know. We see that happen. Okay. But it says everything, you notice the bottom right. Everything's running smoothly. Overseer is free to explore the universe. The administration terminal will alert when required. So we don't have any buildings we can build right now. You notice there's no pending decisions or anything like that. So we're going to leave right now. There was a couple things I do need to get done. I'm getting more Weird noise, sorry. We're getting more living frigates, so that's a good thing. And we do need to do some Corvette part hunting, and that's something I've been wanting to do for a while, because I think it's time to start going with the Corvette a little bit more, but it's at its basic levels, and I want to find a place that has scrap. None of these places have anything like that. Alright, so let's go out into space and check it out. So there's item number 1. We're taking care of a settlement, right? Let's go into here. We're going to check out different systems. Now, we got systems all around us right now, of course. We do need to hit our freighter and see how our guys did over there. We have a nice 3-star system nearby. Anything will do. It doesn't make a difference which species, if you will, it is. I just want something a little bit more... How about you? What are you? I think that's probably pirate systems now. There's a pirate system there too? Cool. Yeah, the pirate network, man. You gotta have a good pirate network in order to get all your nanites up to snuff. But... oh, come on. There's got to be something right in here. There's a cluster right here. Give us something here. Come on now. There we go. Right there. And it's a dissonance system. We see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles going around the planet, so we have at least 5 planets. I don't see any moons, but that's okay. A moon would be great. A moon for gathering that stuff. You know what I should do? I should have checked my my other terminal. But anyway, not important. No. Okay, let's check the area. I don't know if we... no, that's not what I'm trying to do. Alright, so we've discovered none of these. So this is a new system. Let's check out what our planets hold. Copper. That's where dissonance is. Wait a minute, what kind of planet was that? Just out of curiosity? It doesn't look like much. Pillared. Yeah, that means no buildings there. Uh-oh, we got a citizen dispute going on in our settlement. Okay, we'll hit that in a minute. Okay, we got bones. Outboard planet. Salvageable scrap. Okay, so there's a planet we can go to. But you know what would be best to do is if we did it with our Corvette. So I think that would be a better option to go to that planet with our Corvette. And what about you? Just out of curiosity, I'm just wondering. Violent. Yeah, that sounds like a great place to go. Okay, so let's get our Corvette. We will go back to the settlement in a minute. We should go to the settlement and we'll come back to the space station. Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Let's go ahead and head back. I had to think about it for a moment. And we are going to switch ships. Huh. Where'd you come from? I guess I gotta get rid of that ship. Alright. Shield of the Void is my Corvette. Okay. And we'll use the Corvette to do some hunting for scraps when we get back. Okay. Let's see. So our settlements right here. Eskpit's Pool? Is that what it's called? I think, yeah. And I have a special audio filter that is set up that's supposed to help get rid of like noise and help attenuate and prevent me from going to the maximum red area of the microphone. So hopefully that works well for you guys. But it tends to sometimes cut off the beginnings of words, and hopefully that's not a problem for you guys. Alright, so I don't see anything going on. We just have a citizen's dispute. Alright, so we're going to resolve that. This is the tough part. So we have 2 citizens. Let's see, Attendant Iliariari. Oh gosh. And Underling Loparani are spawning partners. Their relationship has taken a dark turn after the first one accidentally injured the second one. The second one has retaliated by destroying the first one's reputation at work. Ooh. Okay, there was an accidental injury, and the other one destroyed the other one's Okay, so Loparani, if you ask me, should not have retaliated. They should have just brought the matter up and it would have been resolved. So that's definitely a no-no. So they give us 4 choices now? Isn't that interesting? That's new. So we find the first attendant, we find both, we find the second attendant, or we dismiss everybody. I think we should find the second guy. Loparini was definitely in the wrong. The first one, it was an accident. Accidentally injured the other fella. Doesn't need to be fined for that. That's an accident, especially if they were able to admit to the accident. So, no, I don't agree with that. So, no, X is what we're going to choose here. I'm going to choose here. And there we go. And our debt was reduced by 9,000 units, which we've already made back in a minute. Settlement status, citizens preparing proposal, new citizen proposal in about an hour. All right, we're free to explore the universe. So let's go back. And we're going to do some Corvette part hunting. Space stations, previous system, good. Let's go. And it's a peaceful system too, that's good. So the reason I'm going to use the Corvette is because obviously we can get in and out a little bit easier. We don't have to land. And we can actually use the ship's guns to shoot the surface and gather the materials without actually having to get out of the ship for the most part. Okay, so let's take a look at the ship real quick because there's not much to it. All right, we do have the Infraknife accelerator on board, but we've got all this maxed out. We really need to start gathering up a lot of ship upgrade units in order to upgrade it. I could wait until we're done with the whole series and then do it via other methods, wink wink wink, but for now we'll deal with what we've got. I do want to lower this thing down one of these days. Alright, here we go. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, this is the planet we need to go to. Don't. Yep, that's it. It's a worm-ridden planet. Interesting. So maybe not the best planet in the world, but we'll make it work for us. Looking at the outside jets, if I get rid of those, take the units next to them, the HAB units next to them, and drop them underneath, we can make this a flat... yeah, a flat ship if we want to. Interesting. Anyway, we will discover that or deal with that later. Let's see what the planet itself looks like. I like flatter terrain for something like this. Alright, let's see. Let's get a little bit lower. Okay, we're not interested in the wormies. There's one right in front of us, but I'm going to hold still. Alright, let's take a look. Alright, so we already got some scrap over there and over there. A couple over here. They're a little bit further away, except for that one. That one looks pretty good. Anybody right next to us? Yeah, right below us. Look at that, 100 units. Alright, so we look pretty good here. This looks like a pretty decent place to do this from. You? Okay. We got cargo link. Ship is mostly empty, so whatever we get is going to be worth our time. Here, let me just check here. There we go. Pardon me. Okay. So these are, I'm not interested in cargo links. The aerofoil, maybe, that could be useful to me. And we should have, do we have a lot of room in here? We do not. Okay, we do not have a lot of room in our inventory. We do have a good amount of room in our, in our suit. So we can transfer stuff over once we get there. Okay. All right, let's go. So we're just going to jump out again real quick, and we're going to take another quick look, and we're going to go to the one that was like 700 units away. There we go. know, this is like parts hunting. Okay, I got a stabilizer out of it, and that's it, huh? Yeah, I got one stabilizer out of it, so maybe not such a great place, but we'll find out. We'll find out. Should have been one right here. We'll curl back around. That one is underground. Deep underground. It's at the base. Bottom of a cave, so we're not going to get anything out of that. So we could jump out and dig all the way down if we want to, but there's no use in doing so. So we got some parts behind us a little bit further away. We do know there was a bunch over going in this direction, so I'm going to continue to go this way. 900, 1400. Okay, let's go with this one. It's not the most exciting thing to be doing. Alright, looks like we got a shield module and a thruster. That's pretty cool. And an aerofoil. Oh, this is a good one. Nice. So there we go. Got a good amount of stuff out of this. We got a deflector shield, thruster. Nice, 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 nice. We're going to do some more salvaging. I don't think there was anything else right around us anyway. Let's see. What did we get? Besides carbon and ferrite dust. Another cargo link. Or two. Ooh, a sentinel boundary map. Those are always handy to have. I'm not going to complain. I know my other saves have a lot of those, so it's nice to be able to gather up some. Alright, I don't see any others. Let's go to this one over here. It's pretty far away, but that's okay. So this is probably the easiest way. Now, one of the good things about this too is these pieces and parts you're picking up, very, very valuable. So if you're early game and you can even do this in a regular ship and just, you know, pick them up while you're going about the surface. This one might be below the surface. You know what? This is the one that's below the surface. Crud. Alright, so why don't we actually dig it up? Let's go ahead and jump out. And rather than jump, I'm going to beam down. I didn't expect that. Where's the other one? There it is. Got him. Alright, so where is the parts? There they are. Can we get them? No, we can't. And I knew that was going to possibly be a problem. But what we can do, let me try something real quick. I am curious as to whether this will work, and it's just an experiment. I'm probably going to end up getting some of these guys down here by accident, and I'm not trying to. I'm just curious as to whether our guns can reach through an opening that I dig and dig them up. So this is an experiment, guys. And only an experiment. You can see that this is not, what's the word I'm looking for? It is not efficient. An efficient means of gathering parts. Fortunately, my jetpack has been adjusted. Here we go. There. Let's see. There's the hole. Let's go just a little bit this way. Turn around. It worked. Okay. So we got a couple things out of it, including some thrusters. So that's not bad. That's not bad at all, man. We'll put this in our person. That can go in our person as well. So we got a shield, one of those Ceto shields, I think they call them. Ceto class, yeah. Alright, we got some stuff out of it. That's good. Okay, so let's jump back out. I don't think there's anything else around us right now. Oh, well, there is one right over there. Alright, so let's head that way. I don't think... Oh, we got another one right over there. Alright, I'm gonna go this way. I gotta get up in the front of my cockpit or I can't lock into it. Because it'll try to get in my chair every time. I don't know why. There you are. There we go. Ooh, those are those landing thrusters I like the best. These guys. The Thunderbird landing thrusters. I like those a lot. Those are some of my favorites. Glad we got that. Alright. It's that one at 948. 1500. 931. I can get a little closer. There we go. So we don't have any events that are occurring in our place, and I've really tried to get trace of metal going. Interesting. Okay, that's good. That's good. So what we got out of that, we got one of these. This is an Infraknife platform that we can add to our Infraknife units up here. Thing is, we were out of room, so we really need to make more room. We'll get to that another time. Air purifier, which I'm not as keen about, but that's okay. That's just cosmetic. Okay. Anything in front of us or below us? Alright, let's go back the other way. There should be one this direction somewhere, but I'm not seeing anything right now. Because the cockpit is so white, it's hard to make out anything. There's one over there. Okay. Alright, good deal. Cargo tank. Is that where we just go yay and an aerofoil? Yeah, that's all we got. Some dirty bronze. I'll go ahead and take that. So you can dig those up on occasion. Okay, looks like we got something over here. Very hard to make everything out because of the white cockpit. So maybe something that we can do to the design is we can look for other things, other cockpits that, even though this is prettier, if you will, it's not as conducive to doing what we're doing right now. But it still works. Okay. What do we got? Got a cowling out of it. That's it. Just one cowling. Okay. Another thruster. I just need one more thruster. Ooh, look at the worm. That's pretty cool. Okay. I think there's something right there. Okay. 600. 900. Over 1,000. Okay, so we're going in the right direction. Those other landing thrusters, we've got a nice unit as well. Let's see what we got out of this. Buzzing belt. Criticite. Okay, what is this? Arcadia blade. That's nice. Oh, we got these as well. The mag field landing thrusters, which are also very good, mind you. Actually, it's as much as I love these, the mag field landing thrusters, I like a lot better. They're very handy when you're doing a low-profile ship. So getting those is kind of very good here. All right, let me see here. We have any very close by, but we should have like some right in front of us. Okay, this one is next. All right. Now, what we're going to probably do here in a minute, we're going to go ahead and leave the system. Okay. I've got some good stuff. Hold on. Okay. Worth a good amount of money. keeping in mind that these are actually worth something. That you don't see the pricing on these things, but they're actually worth quite a bit more than you think. Speedbird dome ring, very nice. So we can go to the space station. We can drop them into our storage at the space stations. Very good thing to do and get used to. Ancient data, okay. Salvage. Ancient data. 393, 306. We got 2 units right here, right next to us. So that's good. We don't even have to go over there. Okay, Speedbird nacelle. Another infraknife platform, or 2, as the case may be. An air purifier, good. There's another one right here. Yeah, let's head over. That might be underground. Maybe not. I think it is underground. I'm curious as to the oxygen patch. No, can't do it, huh? Alright. Let's give it a shot. Ah, it's not actually underground. At least most of it, I don't think is. Yeah, I'm right. Okay, good deal. What do we get? Now, see, the gantry links are actually kind of handy, okay? So those are pretty good. Cowling, eh. Alright, let's go up to our ship. An oxygen patch, folks. Grab the oxygen when you can. Rest of the patch should be right there. I can always use a lot of oxygen. I don't think I have a full stack of it yet, like 99.99 if you will. Until I do, I'll be doing this on occasion. Okay, there we go. Oh, there's something over there too. Let's check it out. Sometimes they have good stuff on board. Well, it actually is going to lend to more of the storyline. I need a carbon nanotube, huh? Defy deference. Interesting. I don't have any Atlantidium on me, unfortunately. We just get some numbers out of it anyway, so. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, so how are we doing? How's the starship look? Looks like we're getting kind of full here. We got 3 more spots available to us. Wrong way. This way. Okay. Let's take a look. We should have at least 1 more nearby. I just can't see it at the moment because of the white. Oh, this place has middle fingers too. That's good. Really thought there was another one nearby. Ah, okay, there we go. There was one. We had to turn our ship. I remember that now. Underground again. Alright. I might or might not go down there. Let me see. No, we're not going to. We're just going to go ahead and hit these. And there we go. We only need a few more parts and then we're done. another mag file would be great. I'd like 2. Okay, what do we got? Geodesite. So we got a bolted joint and a fuel pod cover. Not gotten another one of those. There should be one more nearby, so we'll do the last one and then we'll head up to the space station. There's a couple more nearby, actually. There we go. Okay. I always have that problem. I don't see any other players having that issue. Like Beeblebum, I saw doing this the other day. Phase beam. Yeah, I'm not interested in phase beam. Wow. Okay, got some expensive stuff there. So we got a longshore thruster. Those are pretty cool looking. Go. Let's move all this stuff down. There we go. So all of our parts are next to each other. So what do you think? A couple more? I'm really hoping for one more mag pulse. I don't know if we'll get it, but it'd be kind of nice. Okay. So this seems to be a pretty decent planet to find stuff on. So we've got some good... You know, they're close enough by that we don't have to go searching for a long period of time. Yeah, but it's supposed to go into my inventory. Right. That's what I thought. Alright, so let me do this here. There we go. Just in case. It shouldn't do that, but that's okay. It should overflow. At least I thought it would. There. Like I said, I only seem to be the only one that has that problem. At least, there may be others. Ooh, got something very expensive. Okay, how much is that worth? Over $1 million. Still haven't gotten it. Okay. And we're not going to keep going until we get it. We're just going to... We have to end soon. Do we have enough room in our starship real quick? Hold on. There we go. And we actually don't even have to move. Sure if I got anything worthwhile out of that, but no, we didn't really. Okay, last check. I know I've said that a couple times, but pardon me. We have... I will be clearing my throat quite often, and I apologize for that. This, I've got one of those illnesses that seems to be taking months to get cleared. And it keeps coming and going. My voice will come and go as well. A thruster. That's nice. Thermal grill. Okay, good. Not bad. Not bad. Alright. I think we have enough. Let's go ahead out. Space station, here we come. Alright. So that was a good run. Let's see here. Let me see the log. There. I just want to make sure it's on the menu. Okay, so we do have a citizen request available. Okay. Which is weird, because I know it hasn't been an hour. And you know it hasn't been an hour, so... Very interesting. Alright. Yeah, I do want to make this thing flatter. But it has to have the right thrusters. Landing thrusters, that is. Okay. Now, we can just transfer stuff over because we're close. The thing I like best about this is if you have them in here, you can just hit the X and move things over. Oh, we had so much stuff. Do we have the mag pulses in here? I don't see them. Let me just see real quick here. I'm very curious as to whether we have them or not. We do have the phase beam arrays. We'll have a ton of those. These little thrusters are always pretty cool to put on the back of your ship. I like that a lot. No, I don't. Okay. I just would love to be able to go from the ship. See, we can go straight to the Corvette cache here, but it doesn't use it as the main one, so you got to move everything over one by one like this. It's just annoying in a little ways, but that's okay. We got 5 of these. Good grief. For a second Corvette now. Okay. Okay. So we got some stuff to sell. That to sell. We're going to keep that. I'm going to keep a lot of these rocks that we picked up because they are very, very handy. The rest of this can be sold. These things. We can sell those. Okay. Wait a minute. Yeah, I moved a part over. Okay. Let's take a look. So there's our mag field landing thruster. So this I'd like to get 2 of before we actually start readjusting our ship. And then we can go from there. These will work for that as well. For a flat ship, you just put them on either side instead. But these are really, really handy. And you'll see what I mean when I'm done. All right. Okay, I think we're good here. Let's go check out the citizen request. Hey, look, a small cigarette. Look at you, huh? A-class. Nice solar ship. Let's sell those things we got. So let's see. Crystal sulfides. Here we go. 1.2 million for that guy. Hey, let's see. Glass, echo seeds. It's in here somewhere. Flesh rope we can get rid of. You can turn them into nanites too if you want. Corroded valves. Fuse plating. Humming connector. Think. Oh, hot seal. I think that's it. Sometimes they rearrange themselves, so you gotta go back through real quick. Okay, yeah, we're clear. Actually, it's the exosuit. Oh, we missed one. Buzzing belt. We missed buzzing belt. There it is. Alright, now we're ready to go. Let's go to our settlement and check things out. Alright. Quest. They have a mission they want to go on. A small group of citizens represented by planetary specialist Owen seek your permission to begin an expedition. They have heard whisperings of a grand treasure out in the wilderness beyond the settlement walls. They wish to put these rumors to the test. I'm going to go ahead and authorize it. We may lose some people, but I'm going to go ahead and authorize it because if they do find a good treasure, it might knock a chunk out of what we got going on. The debt. Okay. Plus, it usually makes them happy. Okay, so the expedition's going on for 50 minutes. Alright, and actually, if we check our status, Sentinel alert level is up to 22%, so. Okay. Let's see. So where to? I think I should take care of that. Let's try something real quick. There's my Corvette. Good. So if I could close it. Do we have any... Is this a mission? Mission radar. Oh, look at that. Get some nice frigate fuel out of that one. That's pretty good. We have to feed 17 creatures, and then there's this one, which is an unknown. Very, very curious. Let's go ahead and do an unknown mission, then maybe we'll do this one. Not bad. Protect the miners, destroy sentinels. So where do we go? Just destroy sentinels. Okay. There's not a lot of sentinels on this planet, that's for sure. Let me think here. Maybe... Navigational data received. Just use that. I've got a hive. How far away is that? Less than a minute away from our settlement. How interesting. Strange. The shadows on the ground have line patterns to them I never noticed before. It's part of the Matrix, I guess. Okay. Let's go take out 17 sentinels, shall we? Okay, neutron cannon, all set. Bullseye. I'd say that was pretty freaking good landing, man. One. Who's next? Yeah, you can shoot from wherever you want, my friend. What are we up to? 5? Anybody else? There's a couple over here. We're up to 8. So we'll just stay up here. That's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Or is that 17? Okay, I think that was 17. Alright, we just look in this direction, we'll get them to pop up over here. There's my call-in unit, there it is. And there we go. Now we just go back to the mission radar and complete the mission. Not bad. Now, will they be able to find me standing in the ship? I'm curious about that, because they're literally right underneath me. No? Guess not. Good deal. Alright, 17 creatures will give us 200 tons of fuel, which is really cool. I could really use that. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. How much food do we have on us? None, apparently. Where's the food? I just moved it over to myself. Oh, there it is, right there. Okay. So we're going to do two things here. One, we're going to shut down forces. I love it. What's the weapon? Nothing special. It's got a piece of garbage technology in it and only a supercharged slot to worry about. Okay, I'm not going to worry about it. Wait. Number 4. Like I said, go ahead and go through the logs as well, because that's another secondary mission you can do. Alright, so we need to feed some wildlife. Let's see, do we have any wildlife nearby? Looks like we got a few down there. And did we set that to a fancy number? No, we did not. There we go. I set my food to a hotkey, and that way I can just hit the hotkey real quick and drop some food down. So we just have to feed the wildlife. Good deal. Already got 7 of them. 8. Good. There's a couple others coming. 9, and looks like we got one more coming. So that'll make it 10. So if I switch over to my mining laser, these guys should start running. There you go. And then just drop another food pellet down. There you go. Or 2. And we should get all the rest right now. Come on, 2 more. 16, 1 more. There it is. Done. Okay, so we're done with that mission. That gave us 200 fuel. I mean, all that fuel. I like that. How much did it give us? 200 tons by 2? That's really handy, actually. Alright. Alright, I'm not going to do any more missions there. We're going to head up to our freighter. Once we get enough clearance, there we go. Apparently it's on the other side of the planet. And we're upside down again. Come on. Where's my landing pad? Oh, I passed it. There we go. And you can get out immediately while you're landing. Just use the beam aboard. There you go. Get where you're going. Good deal. Alright, so like I said, we're going to be checking out our missions real fast that we sent the fleet out on, because they should be done. So let's get that out of the way. Kind of a cozy, calm thing to do here. Download the mission log. Chromatic metal, indium, nitrogen salt, geodesite, Corvex casing, salvaged frigate module, very nice. 500 indium, units, ferrite, units, indium, and we're done. Very nice one. Okay, what do we got? Okay, debrief. Units, fusion accelerant. Units. Alright, one of the ships have damage, so I'm gonna have to fix that, and we're done. Okay, and did we have one more mission? I guess we didn't. Alright, so I need to fix one of the ships, so I'm gonna have to go outside. Can I just go outside and get to it? Let me see, which ship is it? I don't see any of the ships are damaged. Do you? Can't view them that way. Alright, so we're actually going to have to go to them. Now, if you go outside like this and try to jetpack to your ship, you can get there. Your jetpack has to be really good. Yep. Or not. You have to get to a point where it'll actually show up. So as long as it considers you outside, it works. There we go. And you notice my gate isn't open, so I'm going to go through the top hatch. Very handy to have a top hatch, guys, I'm telling you. Okay, let's check out the ships real quick, because maybe we can get to one of these guys. Just fly up real quick, because these guys, some of them are a little too far away. No, I don't see any damage to any of them. Alright. That's good, they have landing mechanisms so we can land near them when we have to. No, it's not damaged either. Very weird, wouldn't you say? You're not damaged either. Because it should have a damage symbol. It should have a symbol indicating that it's damaged, and I'm not seeing that, a little red symbol. Check my radar. At the top. Nope, nothing. Okay, well, so be it. I say we head to the settlement. I gotta go find it now. There it is. Let's get away from the planet a little ways. Okay. Well, now. Because we are getting to a point where we're almost at the end of the hour. There is something else that's coming up. We haven't been called by them for any issues, you'll notice, right? Just a new citizen proposal coming up. Let me just try doing a hyperspace jump. I'm going to see if I can trigger it finally, but... Purple system right here. Let's check out the purple cell. We don't have the Atlanta drive. Are you kidding me? That's true, we do not on the Corvette. That's right, we do not. Let's check all the systems around us. Short jump. Okay. Nope, still doing all right. So let's hit the space station, and what we're going to do is we'll just use this. We'll take a jump right to the location for the proposal, and we'll end our episode there, I guess. What we're probably going to have to do is we're going to have to wait till the percentage that the settlement, the Sentinel attack is supposed to come is at 22% last we checked. We'll probably have to wait till that gets all the way up, I'm guessing. Be able to do this. Here we go. We're on our way. Okay. There we go. Alright, so we've got 3 minutes to go till that. Let me just see if there's anything going on. So we look at our pool status. Like I said, 22%. And I think we just have to wait until that gets back up to 100 before we can actually get the trace of metal. I just find that really weird. I mean, I've never had such a hard time getting trace of metal to pop up. So, love to get a landing pad here. I hope that's what their proposal is at some point. This is interesting. I love the little unit under there. That's pretty good. This is a... If you have some storms on your planet, this is a great place to hang out. It's a storage area for the most part, but it's just very handy to have this walk-through area. Nice. I love walking around these areas because it just gives me an idea. All kinds of neat stuff going on. See, that area on the right has no door. This lower area. Ah, there's the door. My bad. Wondering about that. Why it didn't have a doorway. That was kind of strange. Yeah, we can increase productivity, but it brings our happiness down. That's the problem. And we only need 9 ion batteries. Okay, so if it's not building something, we're probably going to go ahead and upgrade a facility. So. Minute and a half. That's all we've got. So we might as well wait out the minute and a half. And I have no idea, because this episode will probably come out first or second week of February. And I have no idea where we're going to be in the scheme of things in regards to No Man's Sky. And Hello Games, whether they've come out with an update or anything like that. So, who knows? If that's the case, I may bump this to a sooner date to clear it out. To prepare ourselves for what I would think is probably a pretty big update for the year. Alright, let's check our timer. 50 seconds. Yeah, you know, the old watch pot never boils, huh? So, that's what's going on here. And at this point, once this is complete, we're probably going to focus the episode on shutting down at this point, and we'll come up with another one. So, as we go forward with this, the epilogues will just cover a little bit more of things that we're doing in-game to complete some... Basically, I'm not quite a completist, but I can be a completist in regards to these things. So there's the expedition that's going on right now. It's got another 30 minutes. We'll see what happens with that when we get back into it. And hopefully we'll get trace of metal popping up very, very soon. We do have to track a black hole, so there is a little thing we have to do here. I will probably get that done. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Alright, but in the meantime... Oh, okay. It's been that long. So we've got a building opportunity that has popped up. That's our construction opportunity. Let's see what we got. Fishing pond or starship dock? You know, the difference is, while I love to have the starship dock, +1 population capacity, the other one brings about happiness. So increase the happiness by 4%. And we get a little bit of productivity. I mean, the other one gives us a lot of productivity. This gives us a little bit. It still gives us the population capacity. I think I'm going to go for the fishing pond. So data indicates 56 approval for rating for the landing area, 41% approve of the fishing pond. Really? Interesting. I know this is just, you know, RNG, but still, that's very odd that they would want the landing area instead of the fishing pond. Okay, let's do landing area. I'm cool with that. I mean, we're supposed to represent the people, right? And we just need to bring some chromatic metal over there. Let's do it. So look around for your building area. Oh, it's right behind my spot here. It's funny. Okay, 120 chromatic metal. Okay, and it's being built. It's going to take an hour to build. Alright, so that takes care of that, and I guess we're done with this episode. I guess there's no more for us to do right now. So we're going to go ahead and call it here, guys. I want to thank you all for watching. I know it wasn't much going on, but we did a little bit of Corvette part hunting, and we're trying to establish getting Trace of Metal jumping, opening up for us, but we haven't had it happen yet. So we're going to go ahead and just complete this episode here. The next time you see this, the next epilogue, it's going to be Trace of Metal. I'm going to be working within the game itself for a little while. I'm going to complete some missions on the freighter. I'm going to go get some more Corvette parts, and I'm going to do a lot of just background stuff. And once Trace of Metal pops up, that's where this episode will begin, the next episode. So we'll go from there, and then we'll see what happens with the I'll let you know what happens with the settlement people as well, and that should take care of this. So guys, thank you all for watching. We appreciate you being here. Please hit the like, hit the sub button. I know there's not a lot going on, but I want to thank you all, and we will see you all again next time, and stick around for the end credits. Thank you very much. Take care, everybody.